Hey, what's up, guys? So today I want to go over this influencer tournament, and you'll have to excuse me because I shaved my beard last night. I look weird. I look super weird, but yeah. Really quick before we get into it, if you guys want to, feel free to subscribe because we're trying to get to 800 subs before the end of the year. But other than that, I just want to say that this is going to be very opinion based, obviously, because all of these contestants are really good contestants. I've actually watched something from at least all of these content creators while I've been playing the game, but I guess just I've sort of like formed an opinion on who I think might win this, and I think we might even try to do a little bit of predictions on who might get to the finals and do whatever. So yeah, I think I want to start this way and work my way around. But Kabuki, I really like Kabuki's content. Kabuki is a really great, like, he's very enthusiastic with his PvP, and I think he makes it fun and interesting. But I feel like Kabuki is sort of like a wild card almost, and I think there's like a 50% chance that he's gonna bring in just like a meme team, or like he could bring in Chef Dreyfus, and I think that is really funny. But I don't know if... I think he's really good at the game, but I don't know if he's quite going to take the whole thing. D Monty, I'm not quite familiar with him as far as like PvP goes, but I've watched a lot of his guides and stuff like that. I know he has a good understanding of the way that the game works and all of that, but honestly, I don't have enough experience with his PvP to really make an educated decision. But I feel like Kabuki has enough like poured into the resources of his characters as far as PvP goes and stuff like that, to where I think Kabuki might win this first round. Obviously, take this all with a grain of salt. I understand that this is all just my personal opinion, but I just thought it would be kind of a fun video to go over. Moving on. This is actually Nanogenics. I had no idea who this was from just like that little name that's right there, but I'm familiar with Nano from watching Dragon Ball Legends content and Dragon Ball like Dokkan, because I used to be a Legends player, and him and Rhymestyle used to do a lot of content together, so I'm familiar with him from that. And I remember whenever Escanor's banner dropped, I think I remember him doing some summons on this game, and I think that was the first time he had ever really released a video on this, so I don't really know how much he plays. I remember going back to his channel every once in a while and seeing if he had uploaded any more sort of Grand Cross content, and I don't really think he regularly uploads Grand Cross, so I don't know how much he actually plays the game. But he is he's prone to wail on gacha games, so I think his team might be pretty stacked, especially if he's willing to enter a tournament for it, which obviously this isn't. I don't think anybody's really playing this to like go for the win or anything like this. I think it was more or less just like everybody wanted to get together and, you know, have a fun sort of event. So yeah, I think he's got a pretty decent chance. Mystic, I don't know a whole lot about Mystic's PvP team either, or like his PvP preferences or style or anything like that. I found Mystic was the first Grand Cross content creator that I actually stumbled across when I started playing the game, because he had a lot of guides and stuff like that out for beginners and everything. So I ended up, you know, coming across his content, and I watched a lot of his guides and everything like that to begin with. So honestly, I don't know a whole lot. I know that him, Nagato, and Speedy are all sort of like in their own like kind of group, I guess. So I think this one's a real toss-up. I don't know enough about these two, like on Grand Cross alone, to really place an educated guess there. But I would say maybe Mystic, because I know that Mystic has played the game for a really long time. I know that he plays JP and stuff like that as well. So I think he's got, as far as like playtime and just like knowledge of the game, Mystic probably has a lot more. Moving down here, I've actually not watched a whole lot of Speedy. I know that him and Nagato do like the random PvP battles and stuff like that every once in a while. Those are always the videos that I see get recommended to me anyway from Speedy. I have watched some of his content and some of his guides and stuff like that, obviously. But I don't know. I think he definitely plays the game a lot, and I know that he has a lot of the characters and stuff like that. I don't know. The thing with Speedy, Nagato, and Mystic is that I don't think they main global quite as much as they do JP, so I don't know how much, resources and stuff like that they have built up on the global version of the game. But I know that Speedy does like play the game pretty constant, and he's got a lot going for him here. But honestly, like, I don't think he's gonna beat Nagato here. Nagato is a big whale, and he has a lot of resources that he puts into the game. A lot of his characters are, probably, as maxed out as they're gonna get. I think that Nagato's probably got this one. Which they're pretty good friends, so I don't think it's going to be like a issue or anything like that. But yeah, I think Nagato's got this one. And then last but not least, we have Seaton and Spam and Rice. This is the weirdest combination matchup I've seen yet, because Spam and Rice, if you don't know, is a streamer, and he does sort of YouTube on the side, but he is a free-to-play player. He has never purchased anything in the game. And going against the whale sin of spending is quite the polar opposite of the spectrum here. So obviously, I think Seaton's probably going to win this one. I think my vote is probably going to go to Seaton overall, just because I think Seaton really has the best chance. He's a really logical player. I think he really, whenever I see him play PvP and stuff like that, he's really good about thinking things through, and just like, I feel like he has a really good understanding of all of the characters and what they do and everything like that. So I personally think Seaton probably has the best chance out of anybody, but honestly, I think the biggest threat to Seaton is probably Nagato. So unfortunately, I don't think Spam and Rice really has it going for him here. He is a really good player. Like, if you looked at his free-to-play account, you would think, you wouldn't think it was a free-to-play account, but he plays the game so much, and he's a good player. Like, he knows what he's doing, and he knows what to go for. So I mean, his account is really stacked for a free-to-play. Like, I mean, it's a lot better than a lot of regular players who spend money on the game and everything like that. So Spam has a good chance, but I just don't think he really can quite stack up to the whale himself. So yeah, I think if anything, Nagato's probably going to get to round 2 here. Seaton's probably going to get to round 2 here. I think if I had to choose, Kabuki's probably going to take this spot, unless he just uses a meme team. And then I'm thinking maybe Mystic here, and then I want to say maybe Kabuki would beat Mystic, and I think Seaton will probably end up taking Nagato. But I mean, this one is going to be the hardest matchup of all. If it's Nagato and Seaton, I think that one's going to be a really hard one to judge. But overall, I think Seaton's probably going to take the whole thing, which is, I mean, I'm optimistic for that, because obviously, like, if you pick the right character, you get good sort of, you get a portion of the rewards or whatever that they get or something like that. I can't remember exactly how they word it. But you can see that, I mean, Seaton is leading in votes by quite a large percentage. He's got 64,000 votes over. Next in line is Nagato with 12.7k. So, I mean, Seaton's really got the community support behind him. He doesn't have his team set up for it yet, but I definitely, I don't know. I think Seaton's really got the best chance here. Not saying any of the other, players or contestants or anything like that don't have a chance at all, but I just think he has the best over anybody, just because of the sheer amount of time that he puts into the game and the sheer amount of money that he puts into the game. And I think this first matchup is gonna be a real testament to showing the Grand Cross player base how much money is going to overthrow the free-to-play player. I think that is a ridiculous lineup. They maybe should have put Spam and Rice with somebody else first, because this is going to be the most interesting matchup of all, and it's in round 1. So yeah, it goes over some of their stats, or not really stats, but it goes over their favorite heroes and a message to their supporters and stuff like that. I think this was really cool, and actually I was kind of surprised that there's apparently a whole different tournament for the Asia servers, which is kind of cool, where they got Asian influencers to sort of, put together teams and stuff like that, and they're doing their own tournament. I didn't really know that, which I guess I didn't understand the fact that the Asia servers are completely different from the regular global servers. Like they're both like separate, and I didn't realize that. I thought, you know, everybody was on the same spectrum as far as like the global version of the game goes, but I guess there are different servers with different players on them and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to go over. Obviously, like I said, this is all completely based on my own personal opinion. I've watched a lot of these content creators. I honestly could do more research if I wanted to and make a better educated guess, but just off of what I'm used to and, you know, who I watch and what it is that, you know, I'm interested in as far as their content goes, I think Seaton's got a good chance. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm not trying to like hurt anybody's feelings by not picking their favorite content creator or anything by any means, but, you know, it is what it is. See you guys in the next video.